Hey there, welcome back to another video. This time around, it is yet another vlog, and this might be a little bit more low energy than vlogs in the past because I'm once again trying to recover from some kind of sickness. At this point, it's just something that I am just gonna have to continue to deal with. I guess it's been a year, and it's just been this constant seesaw of, oh, I feel great, I feel really good, and I feel healthy, and then bam, nope, psych. Here's another sinus thing, here's another cold, here's another whatever the fuck. We're gonna have you in bed for a couple days, and whatever plans you had, well, too bad, so sad. You're not gonna be able to do them. um and it sucks because I was actually doing really well. I felt good. I felt like I was actually getting into a good rhythm in terms of getting content out and getting videos done and getting requests taken care of. And I had plans to get through a lot of videos this week, and my body just had other ideas. So it's just one of those things where it's frustrating, not only for me, and I'm pretty sure it's frustrating for you too, but there's not much I can really do about it except just try to just power through it the best I can. Um, but yeah, to those of you who have made requests that I haven't been able to get to yet, I apologize for the delay, and I'll get to them as soon as I'm able. I'm not quite 100% yet, but I'm feeling better enough to at least do this vlog so I can at least give you guys something to tide you over until I do a main review, or a major review of some kind. Um, but yeah, that's just why I've been kind of MIA and not posting anything for the past few days because I just haven't been feeling well. So I don't know if it's the virus of undetermined origin. I don't know if it's the shot that rhymes with rooster still kicking my ass. Um, Could be both. I don't know. I have no clue. But whatever it is, it just sucks. And I guess since it's been happening for so long, I guess now I'm mentally adjusting to it better. So now I'm just gonna expect it. Going forward for the rest of this year, I'm just gonna expect that there will be some time within the next month or within the next month or two where I will just get sick again. And I'm just going to have to deal with it. I'm going to have to work it into the schedule and so on. But that's just what's been going on. That's why I've been kind of absent when it comes to being on the channel. Um, Next up, I'm going to showcase some more gifts that were sent to me by Jonathan, good friend of mine. He sent me some more gifts in the mail. And I also got a few things myself, which I'll show pretty quickly. Got a After that, I got a little bit something new because I've been sick for a decent amount, so I've actually been just trying to watch a bunch of stuff, just some random stuff in my collection, so I can weed out things that uh, I want to keep in my collection that I would actually watch again, versus stuff that I don't need or I would never watch again or is not worth keeping. Um, so I got a little something new with those, and I got some thoughts on some trailers and upcoming releases on 4K and Blu-ray. Um, and I got the letter as well from Jonathan, but I'm just gonna be honest, like I probably am gonna save that for another vlog in the future so I can do that letter justice because I'm just not really 100% yet still. So I'm just gonna try to make this as short of a vlog as I possibly can. Um, and if you notice the lighting setup, I'm trying different things with this. I'm trying different settings. I'm trying different lighting setups and trying all different sort of stuff. And I think my room is just like cursed or something. Like it just sucks. I can't get consistent lighting to save my life in here. But you know, it is what it is. But anyway, here's the stuff that Jonathan sent me. He sent me Reservoir Dogs in 4K, which is pretty awesome. Only had the Blu-ray. He also sent me another 4K in Return of the Living Dead, um, which is doubly awesome. And then he sent me Beware the Blob, the Kino Lorber release, because he wants to see my thoughts on this as well as the other Blob films sometime, which I'm okay with because I saw the Blob remake in the theater last year, and I wanted to do a video in October, but I just ran out of time. So the Blob is definitely a franchise I would like to cover again. And speaking of that, he sent me the original Blob, which I had on DVD but not on Blu-ray. And he also sent me another anime, Princess Mononoke, and One Crazy Summer with John Cusack, and the original Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, as well as a DVD of Radio Flyer. So that's it for the items that Jonathan sent me. Here's the stuff that I picked up myself. Riddick for the collection. It's really cheap. Night School for the 80s slasher collection. It was actually like $9.96 or something on Amazon during the President's Day sale recently. As Above, So Below, because I only had it on DVD and I really like this one. And then I also got Ready or Not. I saw this in the theater actually, and just now decided to pick up the Blu-ray because it was like $8.99 or something on Amazon. And then these other two I got from Goodwill. So we got Bombshell, which I actually saw 2 or 3 years ago, and I actually liked it quite a bit. I thought Charlize Theron was really good in it. And then Let 'Em Go, because I like Diane Lane, and they were like super cheap. So that's it for the stuff that I picked up. Yeah, I know, not really the usual update type of thing. I'm trying to cut back a little bit. I'm trying to, be a little more reasonable, so I can splurge on some things, but still, have some money saved in the bank. So that's why, yeah, I'm only focusing on like not necessarily requests. I meant wish list titles on my Amazon or pre-orders. Sorry, I'm a little hazy. My brain is still kind of all over the place. Probably a combination of cold medicine and various other things. But yeah, in terms of pre-orders, I did pre-order Dr. Giggles. That's coming out this month, I think. Scream Factory's release, which I'm really looking forward to. And I also pre-ordered a UK release of RoboCop the series from this, I think it's called Screenbound. I think that's what the company's called. They are saying that they remastered the episodes. They did it with, DNR and whatever, but that's to be expected. But they actually put some effort into it, unlike the US release that came out last year. And it's in the right aspect ratio. So I pre-ordered that because I would like to have RoboCop the series on Blu-ray, but I don't want RoboCop the series on Blu-ray with the wrong aspect ratio and with picture quality that shouldn't even be on a Blu-ray. So I'll give it a shot. I'll take the plunge, take the risk on the Screenbound release. I think that's what the company's called. I think it's Screenbound Media. I think. And in April, yeah, I'm not getting anything else in April. Like April is just like 2 box sets and that's it, because those box sets are expensive. Like the Superman films, the Steelbook set from Amazon, and the Star Trek Next Generation 4K set. Both of those are 4K sets. I would like to get the Rocky set, but I'm just kind of tight right now, and just kind of have to wait on that. But yeah, that's what I pre-ordered. And in terms of anything, outside, like, it's just going to be very little in terms of spending, and have to be a really good deal, like from Amazon Marketplace or something, or maybe something through eBay, or, locally. Because also I kind of want to save up for my birthday. So, I can, do a little bit more at local shops then. Now we get to some trailers. I know last time I did a vlog, I wasn't able to talk about some of the Super Bowl spots. Fast X. I mean, I still haven't seen Fast 9, but this franchise needs to end. It's reached its final destination. It's reached the point of no return. And just end it now. I think that's the plan. I think they're gonna like stop it after like Fast X point 5 or Fast X2. But you could argue that it could have just been ended even before that. And it's a shame because Fast and Furious is a franchise that I wasn't really super big on until like the fifth movie. Like the fifth movie, I saw the drive-in and it really surprised me and I loved it. And then I enjoyed Fast 6 and I had fun with Fast 7, but Furious 7, but I didn't love it. And I had some fun with Hobbs and Shaw, the spinoff. But then I didn't really care for Fate of the Furious that much. Like it was watchable, but not anything really that amazing. And then I didn't watch the ninth one. I haven't seen that yet. And Fast X, like, you might get some fun, over the top action thrills. I did like the fact that they did try to make an emphasis of doing a little bit more practical stunts than in the previous films, because they were leaning a little bit too far into Fast and Furious territory, the fourth one, which is a bad place to go because that film is honestly the worst film in the series to me, with its finale, which has a car chase in a mine that's entirely CGI and looks like a PlayStation 2 video game. But yeah, Fast X is just getting more. This is just an example of this franchise just reaching its end point. They're just getting more and more ridiculous to the point where it's even more cartoonish than it ever was before. They're going into space. That's what's going to happen. But if I want to see an action franchise go to space, I'd rather see Dead Reckoning Part 2. Because that's the plan. That Mission Impossible, the franchise is going to end with Tom Cruise in space. Because Tom Cruise knows what he's doing, and he'll probably do something that completely unique and out there and fucking insane. He'll do some fucking space stunt that's never been done before, and Fast X will just have like Vin Diesel and Tyrese behind a green screen. But yeah, Fast X, and I'm not super big on the villain either. Like his look, I'm like, what the hell is this? You look like a lost member of Hook's gang. It's just one of those things. Just like, like really, do we really need to do this again? Yeah, because the other ones made a ton of money. That's why. The Flash Super Bowl trailer. I love Michael Keaton. It's fun to see Michael Keaton as Batman again, but I don't like the way that the film looks from the trailer. I do not like the style of direction. It's weird. Like the camera angles and the zooms are very bizarre to me and just off-putting visually. I don't like the CGI Flash suit. I think it looks like shit, to be perfectly honest. And I don't like Ezra Miller. I don't like his Flash. I never liked his Flash, even before he got busted for shit. And now I get two of him. Like, oh great, now I get two Ezra Millers for the price of one. And I didn't even want one Ezra Miller. And Michael Keaton's Batman is not going to be in it that much. It's going to be more of Ezra Miller and his other alternate timeline version of himself, who probably will be Reverse Flash or some shit. I mean, come on, like they're probably gonna pull that and make it act like it's some big twist. Oh my god, he's actually the bad guy. And Zod is back. Oh great, General Snooze, he's back. Michael Shannon, I've warmed up to him as Zod, but he's a boring villain. He is. And you're bringing him back. You already brought him back in Batman vs. Superman with Zod's Day, and that was pathetic. And so now he's back again, and I'm supposed to be excited? Hell no. Don't give a shit about DC's No Way Home, because that's really what it is DC's answer to No Way Home, but with the Flash and Batman. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, though, I really like the trailer for that. Like, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to see James Gunn put the finishing touches on the Guardians of the Galaxy series. That's how you do a trailer the right way. With the visuals, with the spectacle, with the story, with the characters. Like, that feels like it has a genuine emotional weight to it. Like, that looks like something that is worth the wait to me. Transformers Rise of the Beasts, no, didn't even get much of a rise out of me at all. They're finally doing Beast Wars. Too little, too late. And it just looked generic as hell. Like, generic lead guy who's a mixed race. And more generic Transformers action. And CGI. Just like, can we do something new with Transformers? At least Bumblebee tried to do something different with like a 80s coming of age drama vibe. But this just looks like the same shit as all the other Transformers movies, but with just the Beast Wars angle. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. When your biggest selling point is Indy and the new girl Phoebe falling out of a plane without a parachute, that's not a good sign. It just looked lame. It looked sad, old, and decrepit. It really did. Like, a lot of these franchises were just like, oh, let's bring out this old hero again. Let's do Michael Keaton as Batman again, and he's in his 70s. It's like, yeah, I'm Batman. Or have the whole stuff with Indy, and it's just like, this is more sad than cool to me, to be honest. And I like Harrison Ford, and I love Michael Keaton. But this is more sad than cool in my eyes. I'm more interested in something like Tetris, surprisingly enough, right? It's crazy that I'm more interested in the Tetris series or the Tetris movie. I think it's coming to like Apple Plus. That's like about the creation of Tetris and about how Tetris got brought to the States. And you got Taron Egerton, who plays this guy who's working with the Russians to try to get Tetris over here. And I'm more interested in that because that looked like it had some nice style and flair to it when it comes to the editing and a few other things. So, yeah, more interested in Tetris. Or Sisu. Sisu came out of left field, and it's fitting because it's another film that's from some of the same guys responsible for John Wick. And John Wick was a film that just came out of nowhere, didn't see anything about it the year prior to the trailer dropping, just didn't even know it was even a thing. And then the trailer drops for John Wick, and then I'm like, oh, that looks really good. And Keanu is a badass hitman. That's one of my most anticipated films of that year. And now Sisu is on there. We got another guy who was involved with John Wick who's doing this, and it looks like another fresh, fun entry in the action genre. This guy who's like digging for gold. I think it takes place during World War II, and he finds this crazy amount of gold, and now he's got to trek a ton of miles with the gold back to his home, but he's got a bunch of Nazis that are in his way. So now he's got to like fight Nazis or Germans. I don't know if it's specifically Nazis or not, but he's got to fight Germans, and he's also got his own special set of skills, and the action looks well choreographed, well shot. It's definitely R-rated. Yeah, I look forward to that one. The Pope's Exorcist, not so much. Just the generic Exorcist. All of these exorcism movies are so generic. There's nothing new to this. It's just the same fucking shit we've seen already with The Last Exorcism, with The Devil Inside, and so on and so forth. Which is why I don't even understand the appeal of the new Exorcist trilogy from Blumhouse. Because it's like, we've already had like a million fucking Exorcist films. We already had too many Exorcist films in the Exorcist franchise. We don't need any more exorcism movies. The Machine looks like it could be a fun movie based on the viral story. I think the guy's name is Bert. And there's this true story of him when he was a teenager or in college and went to Russia, and he wound up befriending these Russian mafia guys, and he went on a robbery with them, and he got this nickname of the Machine. And so he's actually starring in this, and there's going to be some flashbacks to when he was in college and he was younger, but then they're also flashing forward where he's now an older, like, overweight guy, and someone from Russia wants the Machine again. And so he teams up with, I think, his father, who's played by Mark Hamill. They go to Russia and shenanigans ensue. And it looks like it could be a fun movie. Mark Hamill definitely looks like he's having fun with the role. And I've always liked the Machine story. So, I'll give that a watch sometime. Peter Pan and Wendy. Oh my God. Where do I even start with this fucking shit? For one, it looks like shit, literally, because of the just dull, bland cinematography with all the color drained out of it. And it just looks terrible. And you have the forced messaging again, and just, it's not even subtle either. It's just like, Disney, it seems like they do have a legitimate agenda at this point of just forcing as much diversity down your throat as they possibly can in ways that just don't even feel unique. They don't even feel like they're actually adding much to the story or to this franchise other than just checking off a box. Because with the Lost Boys in particular, and with Peter Pan, we've already had plenty of diversity. It's called Hook. Rufio was Filipino, and he had a pretty significant role in that film. You had 3 other kid actors who were African American who were in the Lost Boys. It's not like the Lost Boys was just a bunch of white kids in Hook. And you had like female representation already with Wendy, who felt like she was a part of the Lost Boys throughout, the Peter Pan mythos and story, or even Tinkerbell. So you already had a lot of that going on. So it wasn't even like it was something that's really that fresh or innovative or groundbreaking in the first place. It just seems like just clear and obvious pandering by Disney with this trailer for Wendy and Peter Pan. And if you think about it, like, come on, that Peter Pan and Wendy, and sorry, it's not Wendy and Peter Pan, but it might as well be, because that Wendy's going to be the lead. Wendy's going to be the one that's going to have the majority of the screen time. She's going to be the real hero, and Peter Pan's going to be a little bitch. What's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen with the show. I will be shocked if it's the opposite. Now, sticking with Disney, I was more curious about Haunted Mansion. Like, Owen Wilson looks like he's having fun. I don't mind the rest of the cast. Like, Danny DeVito is also in there. And it's not like the Haunted Mansion movie with Eddie Murphy was even that great to begin with. So this looks like it has some decent production values. I feel the vibe of the attraction more in this trailer than I ever did in the Haunted Mansion movie. So it's one of those things where I think this might work. Like, that one, I think might work. Peter Pan and Wendy, no. I'm going to stick with Hook. And Hook even looked lame in this, too. The other trailer I want to talk about briefly is Fubar, because, wow, what a fucking embarrassing disgrace that trailer was. And it was only like 24 seconds, but it did enough damage to Arnold's career and to his image that it will last a lifetime. Arnold, stop saying I'm back. Stop saying I'll be back. Stop quoting from only 2 of your movies. Stop being a joke. Stop allowing people to make you into a joke. The end of this trailer is Arnold getting dick tapped by Fortune Feimster. That's the end of the trailer. Yeah, Fubar is right, because you're fucking Arnold's legacy up beyond all recognition with these embarrassing roles like killing Gunther and now Fubar. Now I just think he's a joke. I don't think he's, a legitimate, imposing, badass presence. I still think Stallone has a presence to him. I mean, look at Tulsa King. And Tulsa King has comedic stuff in it, but it seems like it's still, taking it seriously enough. Stallone's character isn't totally interpreted as a complete and total cuck or a joke of a human being. He's not getting dick tapped by a female has-been comedian. Like, that's not happening. So it's too bad. Like, why don't you just do the True Lies show that's coming out? Why wasn't that just a sequel to the actual True Lies film with Arnold back and Jamie Lee Curtis? Why did they have to be a reboot? Why do we have to have Arnold in this embarrassing crap where, once again, I'll be back or I'm back? It's like, no. The real Arnold hasn't been on the screen since The Last Stand. So yeah, I know I said I've tried to make this quick, but you know me. I get on a roll, and here we are. We're almost 40 minutes in. In terms of like upcoming releases on 4K and Blu-ray, like I already talked about the Superman set and the Star Trek set, and as far as I'm concerned, like there really isn't. I'm just gonna do a quick look through because my voice is about to crap out on me. I could feel it. That's why I'm gonna have to save the letter reading for another video. Apologize for that, Jonathan. But like I can only do so much right now. Yeah, Vinegar Syndrome announced their recent titles. I don't care. Freeway 2, already have that Blu-ray. Primal Rage in 4K, already have it on Blu-ray. Don't need the 4K. There's a lot of stuff from Vinegar Syndrome nowadays where I'm just like, I pass. I'm just gonna pass. The price tags have gone up, and they seem to make like almost every title a 4K Blu-ray combo. And I'm like, does Primal Rage really need to be in 4K? No, I don't think it does. But people are gonna buy it. I guarantee it. People are gonna buy it. So that's why they're gonna keep just raising the prices and making everything a 4K Blu-ray combo to justify it, and putting everything in a hard case box. And it's just I'm not gonna spend $40-$50 for Primal Rage in 4K. I'm just not doing it. I don't have FOMO that bad. I know Severin announced House on the Edge of the Park and Burial Ground. Okay. Cool. I don't think I've seen either one, but, alright. I'm more interested in this new cut of Caligula. Because there's this fan of Caligula who's gotten a hold of, like, this footage. This unedited, unaltered footage. Like, tons of footage. And he's restoring it. And he's doing a new edit of the film that doesn't have the jarring softcore porn sex, hardcore porn sex scenes. My bad. It wasn't softcore at all. But yeah, it doesn't have the hardcore porn scenes that are thrown in there. It maintains a tone that's closer to what the writer and the filmmaker had intended, and has other like never before seen performances by the cast. So I'm looking forward to seeing that cut of Caligula. That sounds really interesting to me. Stream Factory, their recent announcements have been very disappointing. Like Skyline 4K, like really? Skyline? Highwaymen, okay. That's a little bit better because I don't think that had a Blu-ray. And that one's kind of underrated, but The Haunting remake in 4K? Are you drunk, Scream Factory? Did you even like poll fans and like ask them, hey, what 4Ks would you like to see us release? Did like one person like leave a comment on Facebook and was like, The Haunting remake? And then they were just like kidding. They were just messing around, but then Scream Factory took them seriously. Well, one guy on Facebook said that they want to see the Haunting remake in 4K, so we're doing that next. And then the guy's like, "No, I was fucking kidding. I wasn't being serious. That film sucks. It was bad enough. It already had a had a Blu-ray collector's edition from Paramount." Yeah, the Haunting remake in 4K. They're also doing another release of Brotherhood of the Wolf. Speaking of other puzzling 4Ks, Arrow is wasting their time with Black Cat. You know that forgettable Michael Mann movie about the computer hacker? Yeah, it's, with Chris Hemsworth. That's getting a 4K from Arrow Video. What a waste. I can't think of a single person who's like, "Oh yeah, a Black Hat 4K, please." The Last Dragon, the over the top campy blaxploitation martial arts movie, that's getting a 4K. I'm like, that doesn't need a 4K. Fine with that, just having a Blu-ray. The Last Starfighter getting a 4K release from Arrow. That's awesome. That's cool. I love the movie, but the Blu-ray release they already came out with looks really good, and there's no new features or anything, so I'm kind of honestly just fine with the Blu-ray. Unless somebody sends me the 4K. Seems like a lot of this is happening where it's like re-releases of the same titles that they already released on Blu-ray and remastered, but this time around in 4K. But there are some exceptions, like Bad Lieutenant's getting a 4K, a new Blu-ray, which is good. Serpico's getting one from Kino Lorber. There's some stuff getting releases overseas, like City of Lost Children. And Lionsgate announced that Young Guns 1 and 2 are getting 4Ks. Now, those are two releases that I'm really excited about, especially Young Guns, because the producer, like Fusco, he's already said that he's been interviewed, or he's going to be interviewed. And I'm hoping Emilio and I'm hoping some other guys at least do some interviews, because Young Guns has deserved better on Blu-ray for years. Like, the old release has a print that's aged not the best, and the features were never really that extensive anyway in terms of stuff that actually has to do with the movie. There's a lot of history stuff, but not really a lot of stuff that has like actual interviews of the cast and crew. So Young Guns deserves a special edition and a new 4K remaster. So I'm looking forward to that. Don't know about Young Guns 2, but I'm excited about it though, because the Warner Archive Blu-ray is like crazy expensive and not worth paying nearly $30 for, because it's not even in 4K. But that's it. That's it for the vlog. I know I said it's gonna be short. Now it's at 50 minutes. It's just how it is. That's how it is with me. Maybe I'll cut something out. Maybe I'll cut cut one thing out and then save it for another video. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna get myself some lunch, rehydrate myself, and get ready for my work shift tonight, and stay tuned for what's coming up next. And see you guys later. See ya.